Hello everybody, I am Juan Antonio Spitia Almanza. I am a student at UNAD and this video is for Rich Pedagogical Practice course. This course gives me the opportunity to put my knowledge about uh, to be English teacher and skills about rich pedagogical practice and in my scenario practice. I developed my practice in EA Dorada. This is a school, public school, and there are many grades. And I was in 11th grade. And my rich college, how do you do for promote the use English language in oral way in the class? Well, what is the purpose with this rich? I identify that in this population, exactly 11th grade, usually the teacher use more Spanish language for to develop the class, and the class is the English class. He is confused because usually use more about 75% in Spanish and produce that the students don't remind or don't practice the oral way in this language. And usually the activities in this class, in this population, are boring. Maybe the teacher don't apply interaction games. No, the teacher usually puts the activity in one paper and say, developing this activity today and don't more. I try with this with, with this rich practice, promote the use the language. We consider the activities that produce the students to do anything to use the language in a oral way for to ask me some questions or produce a conversation with the students where the English is the way to community with me and another students. And the objective exactly with this, which is promote and give to my teacher institute school the opportunity to know another methodologies or activities for promote the oral way English in the his class. Well, uh, what was my experience in my practice? The first point that was necessary for my reach is to consult leaders because give me the information and scenarios, examples. What do you do in my reach? I use the leaders for to know what do you do for promote the English in oral way, what activities, what do you do in a school where the technology doesn't uh, what do you do with promote activities where I don't need to the technology, and I know that is necessary the technology for promote the English right in this era, but I had to creative with my activities because The second point, the volume, I decide activities for promote or improve the speech ability. I try to use my context. What is my context in the class? Uh, to put conversation with the students about the topics that they like it. For example, music, games, or what is movies, but I consider the institutional topics. And I combine, I change this methodology or routine. The teacher give a paper and say development this activity today. No more. I promote the interaction. This is my point, my principal point with my class. Promote the interaction in oral way. Consider the uh, English language. And my conclusion is, I know that the teacher used the Spanish language about um, 77 or 5% in the class, but it's an English class. It's necessary to use the English for to create to environment promote the language. And I try to change that because the teacher usually use the Spanish for to give the explain, for to introduce the topic, for to give examples, and don't use the English in a English class. And I use the interaction activities. For example, I use the game Tingo Tingo Tango. I ask in English. I try create. I try to create competition with the students to do anything in the class, but consider the oral way for asking something to answer, to do the answer or to development anything in the class. I consider that uh, I have the opportunity to develop my practice in a good scenario. I love the school because the students are good persons, fun, try to change the routine, or they like to implement to do games with them. And I consider that I can to change the idea of my teacher school to implement more activities were promote the oral way because the skills students in this oral way is bad. I consider is A1, and this they they were in 11th grade. Is bad level English for them. Well, thank you for this opportunity to develop and reach, implement to some activities for from you oral way in English class. I love my scenario practice. I was about for 2 years in that scenario practice. I like the students, the teacher, English school. I consider that uh, have I have a good experience with my practice like English teacher. Thank you, thank you for your attention and have a nice day. See you later.